Welcome to Physics of Gamification, the podcast where science meets behavior design. I'm your host Hakan Uzer, co-founder of MotivaCraft. In each episode, we take one gamification mechanic and connect it to a law of physics to understand not just what works, but why it works. Today's topic: how measuring behavior changes behavior, and how that can quietly destroy your systems if you are not paying attention. Let's dive in. We wanted to track productivity, so we set up a dashboard that counted completed tasks. Pretty simple. At first, it worked. Numbers jumped, engagement looked amazing. Until we realized something. People weren't working better. They were just working the metric. Rushing through tasks, skipping quality checks, gaming the system with low effort completions. And the worst part? The numbers still looked great. That's what this episode is about. Sometimes, the moment you start tracking something, you start breaking it. In quantum physics, there is something called the observer effect, part of the quantum measurement problem. Particles exist in multiple states until you measure them. The act of observation collapses all that potential into a single outcome. And once that measurement is made, the system changes. In organizations, the same principle applies. The second you say, "We are watching this," people collapse all their potential behavior into what gets rewarded. Not what's right, not what's good, just what's being tracked. Let's look at what this does in the real world. Track hours, people sit idle with their mouse jiggling. Track kudos, people start mass thanking each other for the things that barely happened. Track sales, some push unnecessary deals just to pad the numbers. Suddenly, the metric becomes the mission. And that's a problem. There's an old principle called Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. And it's true. Bad metrics don't just fail. They mutate the system. But it goes deeper than that. Because humans don't just change what they do when they are being watched. They change how they feel. When we know we are being evaluated, we don't act naturally. We act strategically. That's called metric fixation. We stop asking, what helps, and start asking, what gets me noticed. And when rewards are tied to a volume instead of value, people burn out or check out. They feel like they are performing for a scoreboard, not contributing to a team. When that happens, it's no longer gamification. It's surveillance with prizes. So how do we fix it? We get intentional with what we measure. Track direction, not speed. Don't ask how fast they are moving. Ask, are they moving towards something meaningful? Give context. This person closed 12 tickets doesn't tell you much. But 3 clients specially asked for them again, that's a signal. Let people help define success. Ask what outcome would make you feel proud of today. And finally, design metrics that teach. A good metric tells you something. A great one helps you grow. Here is the real lesson. When you measure behavior, you shape behavior. So do it like someone building trust, not just dashboards. You've been listening to Physics of Gamification. No soundstage, no fluff, just sharp ideas you can use. If this episode made you question what you are measuring and what it is doing to your team, share it. Not just with designers, but with anyone trying to build systems that actually mean something. I'm Hakan Uzer, and next time we are talking about kinetic chains, how stacking too many mechanics without care creates chaos, and how Newton's third law can teach you to design every action with intention. Until then, stay in the flow and keep designing like a physicist.